Sometimes we just want to play a single game capable of giving us all sorts of fun, such as an engaging storyline, finest combat, one-of-a-kind visuals, and great characters. That's why I've made a list of some of the best games to play where you can spend over 100 hours. There are also some bonus games at the end, so let's look at the first game on our list. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The Witcher 3 is one of those games that sucks you in and doesn't let go. From the moment you step into Geralt's boots, you feel like you're a part of this massive living world. Every corner of the map holds some kind of a secret, and not just secrets, but visually the game is superb. Each area, whether it's the town, royal palace, swamp, or even a dungeon, is properly created. They never fail to hook you in. It's as if you're a fish and the entire game's environment reels you in with the hook. Honestly, some players really hate this game. They probably call it boring or overrated, but in my opinion, most of those guys are wrong. Sure, for some players who don't like the game, Witcher 3 might be overrated, but we all know that it's fairly rated. If you have something to say about the game, then make sure you first complete the entire game. Also, if you are stepping into Witcher's world with a mindset that it's a boring game, then surely you'll get bored. I recommend being a bit more open-minded and give it some time because the initial hours are a bit slow-paced but essential for setting up the storyline. Anyways, Witcher 3 in my opinion is one of the best games where you can easily spend over 100 hours. There are so many more games to come, but if you are in the mood for some fantasy elements, then Witcher 3 will be an amazing choice. The story is perfect. The open world is filled with a variety of places. There's a lot more than just swinging your sword to the combat. And don't even get me started on the side quests.
Let me finish telling it.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
You coming, buddy?
I know that this one is another basic pick, but we can all agree that Red Dead 2 is Rockstar's finest creation to spend over 100 hours. It's one of those games that completely pulls you in from the moment you start. The moment you step into the Arthur's shoes, you're pretty much set for one of the best journeys of your life. This journey is filled with a lot of awesome moments and heartbreaking scenes. You will make a lot of friends throughout your journey and share one of the most touching bonds with each member of your gang. I always say this, that if you want to play the finest open world games, then Red Dead will be the perfect choice because of how much content it provides.
This is it, gentlemen. The last one.
You have got an engaging storyline which will literally make you cry, and then there are the characters who feel more than just simple NPCs. Plus, don't even get me started on the variety of content scattered throughout the open world. You can hunt for various animals, and even the rare ones. I remember finding a rare horse. It honestly took a lot of tries. Also, you can simply indulge in side quests, and even if you don't want to do the missions, just following a random NPC and seeing his day life will definitely provide you with something enjoyable. The game is really packed with a lot of stuff to do which can eat up to 100 hours. Though in my opinion, everything starts to feel amazing only when the chapter 2 starts. That's when the whole world opens up for you.
It is us or him.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Zelda has been one of the most iconic Nintendo games. Obviously, a lot of us still haven't played the game because of its availability, and in fact, I know some of my friends actually bought the console just to play this game. Sure, in 2024, we have all heard about this game and seen hundreds of clips, so I can understand that it's not the same as it was back then. Now, some of us feels like we already played the game because we have been seeing Breath of Wild for a long time now. Anyways, if you're someone who is planning on getting your hands on this game, then let me help you out. The first reason to play Zelda is simply because of its popularity and how iconic it is. The second would be the open world. Literally, when you first start the game, it's as if a whole new fantasy world is stretched out in front of your eyes. There are endless possibilities in the mind about which enemy to kill, which building to climb, what to discover, and so much more. And the final reason is if you have played all the major open world games and are looking for something more than Breath of the Wild will be a nice decision. Not just me, but a lot of players can easily vouch for this game. Therefore, you really won't be disappointed.
You must save her, my daughter.
Dark Souls series. Alright, this time we are talking about something different. I know that a lot of you guys will probably get angry or will simply disagree with me putting Dark Souls in this list. However, listen to me, I'm talking about the entire series, not just one game. From Software Game is something that not everyone can finish. It's a whole new experience where every moment feels like you should quit the game or ask yourself what you're even doing with your life. The only thing you need to worry about is getting interested or just sunk into the Dark Souls world. Trust me, when you first finish any game from the series, you can't stop yourself from finishing the rest. If you guys ask me, then the first time I played the first Dark Souls, I actually decided to quit it after a few hours, but then next year I managed to complete it, and from then everything is not the same. I have become a huge fan of the From Software games. Each game is so precious and extremely challenging, unlike other games where you can do side stuff to pass the time. In Souls game, you will be killing time by dying multiple times, or finding some new secrets or even a weapon. Therefore, the issue of spending over 100 hours can be easily solved. So if you have played Elden Ring or Sekiro, then by all means dive into the Dark Souls series. Low-key, if this is your first time playing any Souls games, then please start with something much easier. Hey everyone! I've got some super exciting news to share with you today. If you're into mobile gaming like me, you're gonna love this. I've partnered up with Apptoid, a massive third-party Android app store with over 300 million users, 7 billion downloads, and a million apps. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. And guess what? Apptoid is offering some exclusive perks just for you. Let me break it down for you. First things first, I have an exclusive code that gives you a 5% bonus on your purchases for this awesome game Star Trek Fleet Command. You can use the code PDragonTrek for Star Trek Fleet Command, and you can earn up to a 25% bonus on all your in-game purchases. How cool is that? And this promo is running for the next couple of weeks, so get on it while you can. Now, to get started, it's super simple. All you have to do is install the games through Apptoid. I've got the links in the description below for you. Just click download and you're good to go. And don't worry if you already have the game installed, you can upgrade via Apptoid without losing any of your progress or achievements. Next up, you'll need to install the AppCoins wallet again. Link is in the description below. Think of it like your personal wallet for all these cool bonuses. When you download it, just follow the steps to redeem your bonus code. And here's how it works. You start off with a 5% bonus instantly. But the more you use it, the higher your bonus can go, all the way up to 25%. It's like gamifying your purchases, and who doesn't love more rewards, right? So to wrap this up, if you want to level up your mobile gaming experience, make sure to download Star Trek Fleet Command through Apptoid using the special links below. Don't forget to use the promo code PDragonTrek to snag those sweet bonuses. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this. Links are all in the description. Go check them out, grab your bonuses, and I'll see you in the game. Now let's continue the video. Skyrim. What can I say? Probably the godfather of RPG games. Skyrim has been one of my most favorite iconic games. It's surely not on the same level as other huge open world RPGs with updated textures or colorful worlds, but there's something special about Skyrim that only the players who have spent countless hours into it can understand. It's a massive open world RPG that offers almost endless freedom, whether you want to explore, fight, craft, or just live another life entirely. The world feels alive, with NPCs going about their daily routines, random events happening as you wander around, and various landscapes. You can be whoever you want: a stealthy assassin, a powerful mage, a sword-swinging warrior, or a mix of everything. Combat is pretty fun, though it can feel a bit clunky at times, especially if you're used to more action-oriented games. But the sheer variety of enemies, dungeons, and the customization of skills and gear keeps it interesting. And then there's the dragons. Every time you hear that roar in the distance, you know something epic is about to go down. Now, the game isn't without its flaws. Bugs are common, especially in the early versions, but they're also part of its charm at this point. You never know if a guard is going to float away or a giant is going to send you flying into the stratosphere. Mods are a huge part of the experience too, making the game feel new even after hundreds of hours. I always recommend for the newcomers to play the game with the mods, especially the graphical or textural mods, because they will make the visuals so much better. And trust me, not everyone is interested in playing Skyrim and vanilla in 2024. Death Stranding. Death Stranding is one of the most unique gaming experiences I've had. It's not your typical action game, it's more about the journey and how you connect with the world around you. You play as a guy who's basically a delivery man in a post-apocalyptic world where society is shattered and there's this mysterious vibe everywhere. The gameplay is surprisingly addicting, even though most of it is walking from place to place, managing your cargo and figuring out how to navigate the crazy landscapes without falling or getting caught by these creepy ghost-like creatures. You get this real sense of isolation and survival, but at the same time you're always leaving behind signs and tools to help other players who might cross the same paths later. In my opinion, the story is classic Kojima, super deep, kinda weird, and full of mind-bending twists. The cutscenes are epic and the performances from the cast really stand out, though Death Stranding is not for everyone. The pacing is slow, but if you're into something atmospheric, emotional, and can adjust yourself with the game's features, then please do give it a shot before the sequel comes out. Death Stranding is what you can call something much more awesome than the first impression. It's a new type of experience. Plus, it's a Kojima game, and those who know about it have a nice idea of what I'm talking about. There will definitely be something that will blow your mind. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay, now I know probably this is not everyone's first choice when it comes to choosing best 100 hours Assassin's Creed game. However, I feel that Valhalla is a bit too much. That's why Odyssey is your prime decision if you want to spend a great deal of time in an Assassin's Creed world. The game pretty much lets you live out your ancient Greek warrior fantasy. The first thing that hits you is just how stunning everything looks. The world is huge, filled with sparkling blue waters, and those iconic Greek landmarks. It's a bit overwhelming at first because the map is so big, but it's also exciting knowing you have the freedom to explore all of it. The game doesn't shy away from choice either, which is pretty cool because every decision can affect your story in small or big ways. You feel like you have control over what happens, even though it's still very much an Assassin's Creed game at heart. The biggest downside for the OG players, besides the scale of the game, is the combat. This time it's more about raw combat or becoming a Spartan warrior than sneaking through the shadows to show your stealth skills. So to be honest, I always prefer the linear style AC games, but hey, if you have never played this RPG shift, then do give it a try. You will feel like you're playing a brand new game with some touches of Assassin's Creed. Elden Ring. It's no doubt that this game is absolutely over 100 hours. Also, it will take a lot more time if this is the first time you're playing a From Software game. Trust me, Elden Ring is the finest Souls game experiences, and it's completely newbie friendly. You can always dive into this game and make it as an entry point into the Souls games. Sure, you will struggle a lot to grasp the basic concepts such as dodging, parrying, rolling, but that's the actual beauty of playing a Souls game. These games are not your simple GTA style. You really have to grind, look for resources, find stronger weapons or builds, or just get better, learn all sorts of attack patterns. As someone who's played Elden Ring, I can say it's a wild experience that feels like you're stepping into a massive, mysterious world full of danger and discovery. If you're a fan of From Software's games, especially Dark Souls or Bloodborne, you'll feel right at home here, but the open world twist adds a fresh layer of excitement. Every enemy encounter feels like it could be your last if you're not careful. But once you get the timing down, the satisfaction of parrying or dodging just right is unmatched. Each boss is a unique challenge that requires patience, skill, and a bit of trial and error. You'll get wrecked, but when you finally beat them, it's one of the best feelings. Final Fantasy 15. This is one of those games that really sticks with you, especially if you enjoy open world exploration and a solid blend of action and story. The concept of road trip and a stunning looking car is something developers blessed us with. Throughout the game, you and your teammates share an inseparable bond. The brotherhood between them is the core of the experience. I love the idea of progressing through the story by learning and sharing experiences on a road trip. You start off as a simple prince, but towards the end, Noctis really becomes worthy of a king. The 15th part will always be my special because it was my entry into the series. Honestly, the only reason I played this game was because of the popularity of the Final Fantasy and Noctis. I loved how awesome Noctis looks with his outfit and the anime hairstyle. Now, besides the obvious stuff, I want to say that if you're looking to enter into the series, then 15th or 7th Remake are two best options. Each game will take a lot of your time, but will surely reward you with something amazing. You will see several beautiful visuals which will definitely make you go crazy, as the weather changing feature is also there. The game feels too real, which works in our favor because it keeps us engaged. Grand Theft Auto 5.
What's up, homie? Huh?
Look guys, I think that this title needs no description. Every one of us, and I do mean everyone, knows about the greatness of Grand Theft. Here, it's not just about spending 100 hours, GTA 5 is a pure joy, and is something that you can play anytime. This is one of those games where you don't need to worry about anything, there's no need for any deep storyline or to solve a difficult mission. Your only goal is to maximize the amount of fun you can have. Crash cars, install mods, guns blazing, visit different places, or just drive around the map. The gameplay is highly addictive and the missions are obviously engaging. The world of GTA 5 pokes fun at everything. Social media, politics, celebrity culture, nothing is off limits. It's hilarious and dark at the same time. It's one of those games where you can pour in hundreds of hours and still find new things.
I think we're gonna literally fake out like bandits.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is one of those games that hooks you with its sheer scale and freedom. When I first jumped in, I was honestly overwhelmed by the infinite possibilities. The idea of exploring an entire galaxy, hopping between planets, each with its own unique ecosystem and alien life, felt massive. At first, it's just you, your ship, and the vast unknown, which is both peaceful and terrifying. What I really love is how the game constantly makes you feel small in the grand scope of things, but it also empowers you with the tools to survive, explore, and build. You start out gathering resources, upgrading your ship, and crafting gear, but soon you're building bases, establishing trade routes, or even going full space pirate. The game's updates have added so much, from multiplayer and VR to customizable bases and better storytelling, so it feels like a constantly evolving experience. The visuals are stunning, especially when you land on a new planet and take in the strange landscapes and skies. That said, it can feel grindy at times, especially when you're just trying to get the resources you need to get to the next big thing. But if you love exploration, the thrill of discovery, and just the idea of venturing into the unknown, No Man's Sky can be one of those games you lose yourself in for hours. It's like a chill space adventure that can quickly turn into an intense survival experience depending on where you land. Dragon Age Inquisition. A game where you're basically thrown into a mix with tons of powers with no idea of what to do. Trust me, when I first stepped into the game, I was completely fed up with everything and had no idea about what to do. There were a lot of dialogues, characters, and definitely a lot of powers. Don't even get me started on the sheer number of confusing spells. However, believe me, Inquisition is one of the finest RPGs. In fact, it got the Game of the Year award, which in my opinion, the game definitely deserves. It's only the initial hours. When you finally figure out what to do, that's when the game showed its true colors. You have got party members who are more than just simple NPCs. They do a lot more than just helping out in the battle. You can form relations with them, they also guide you on your journey, and even make hilarious comments. The party definitely feels like a home, and each character acts as a family member. For me, Inquisition is something that was way ahead of its time. The choices you make throughout the game shape the world around you, affecting alliances, friendships, and even the outcome of the story. The game brilliantly tackles themes of power, morality, and the struggle between different factions, forcing you to consider the consequences of your decisions. Playing Dragon Age Inquisition feels like stepping into a grand fantasy saga where your actions matter and the world evolves around you.
It grows larger with each passing hour.
Last of Us series.
But not at any cost.
Heads up, I'm actually talking about both games, so if you have played one part, then without even thinking twice, please also give the other part a try. Last of Us is one of the best zombie games I've ever played because there's a lot more than just smashing heads. You share a bond, and the journey is a feast for the eyes. I loved how Joel and Ellie's bond thickens throughout the story. Both of them help each other out in various situations, which truly makes you feel as if you're not just playing the game, but actually living it. The Last of Us series is a masterclass in storytelling and gameplay. It's not just about surviving, it's about the deep, complex relationship that develops between Joel and Ellie. You feel the weight of their choices, the moral dilemmas they face, and the sacrifices they make. Another best feature is the gameplay. It's a mix of stealth, exploration, and intense combat. You're often forced to choose between sneaking past infected or bandits, or going in guns blazing, but resources are scarce, so every decision matters. No matter what, even if you're not a huge zombie fan, there's no reason to skip this game. It's not just a game, it's a journey that stays with you, making you reflect on love, loss, and what it means to survive in a world gone mad.
What loss is.
Before I reveal my final pick, here are some honorable mentions. Stardew Valley. Persona 5. Ghost of Tsushima.
Clear the way ahead!
Cyberpunk 2077. We finally made it to our last game of this list. I think we all expected Cyberpunk to be here. I mean, when the game first came out, it was such a huge game changer. Sure, we were all sad because of all the bugs as it was a massive wait for Cyberpunk's release. However, there's no need to worry as in 2024 everything is fixed, and the game is nothing like when it was first released. Honestly, you will be surprised to see the availability of customizations. Even though the entire game is set in a futuristic environment, I was still shocked to see so many options. Character creations fans will get a special treat. Besides this, the open world is my favorite feature. The developers nailed the concept of futuristic open world. They added a lot of stuff to keep the players engaged, and for that I'm extremely thankful. The open world is extremely fun as you can pass the time by driving around the map or finishing enemy outposts. My favorite thing was to try out all sorts of stuff, whether it's the weapons or different vehicles. You guys can also make the experience 10 times more amazing by simply installing the mods. If you guys ask me, then there are a lot of games in this list which will easily take over 100 hours. Therefore, it all depends on you about what kind of environment you want to get into. So, if you are in the mood for some futuristic sci-fi kind of fun, then Cyberpunk is a great game. Alright, this finishes our list of some of the best games where you can easily spend over 100 hours. In my opinion, some of these titles are so much more than spending time. You will laugh, feel relatable, experience adrenaline rush combat, and even see stunning looking visuals. Honestly, whatever's your jam, make sure to at least give one game a try from this list. Anyways, if you have made it this far, then please subscribe as I'm close to reaching 22,000 subscribers, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.
What's up, homie? Ah!